So let's do this. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys and girls. Let's have a look here, just see what you got. So Thursday the 9th. I think this is, I'm just going to do this for today. We'll see. I'm not sure if doing it every day is beneficial for everyone. I mean, I don't kind of mind doing it because I'm looking at the markets anyway, but you know, I don't want people to get sort of bored with the whole process. Okay, where's my market? Let's have a look here. So, no major news today that we can see. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Cool. All right, so let's go through them from top to bottom again. Let's start with Euro Dollar. All right. No connection again. It will connect. There will be a connection. You can see prices adjusting. It's odd. It's odd. I'm not aware of this as an issue. The other thing I will do in the meantime is just load this up. So yeah, I'll be looking for buying opportunities at these levels here for Euro Dollar. Probably the safest approach would be a 4-hour momentum shift. A 4-hour momentum shift candle, which would be on the 4-hour time frame, would be a significantly bullish candle. There we go. So let's go do this and start here. Okay. So the 4-hour, well, the price on Euro Dollar is coming down to the daily pivot, central pivot, sorry, which is also a support resistance level. So what I think I would prefer to see here is a bullish rejection of this level, and to ultimately see if that's the case. Look, even here, price can potentially come down to, excuse me, a little bit further, can come down towards 1.13 to find support there. And then potentially continue up between now and close of Friday if it is ultimately going to carry on up, continue up all the way up past, say, 1.14 if it's going to do that. So that would be a nice turnaround today and then a continuation to the upside. I'm just watching this level because that is a level there. So I want to make sure that we do get past that. We have managed to sort of close above it, come back. I want to see a continuation. So what I'm going to be looking for is on the 1-hour time frame is to see a strong bullish rejection candle potentially. But actually the best place to see that would be the 4-hour time frame. All right, so that means checking it every 4-hour close, excuse me, which means that there might not actually even be a setup on this until later today. So that's very much kind of what's on the cards for me, looking for a setup on that 4-hour candle. That's going to be my, that's what I'm really going to be doing. Again here looking at this level, so I'm just going to mark this one here just to see where price is finding some support. I want to see price coming back over that and breaking above these highs on the 4-hour before I start to get really committed into it, because it is actually, this is much more bearish than bullish and there's a lot of rejection here. So Euro looking more appealing to me on the watch list cable. I'm going to keep off the watch list today entirely, I think, or at least check it again this afternoon. Aussie dollar, look at this, Aussie dollar, US dollar looking relatively, that's quite kind of cool to have found some nice sort of interim support there. So this could be good for some continuation trades. 4 hours looking more bullish than bearish. I'm just noting a little bit of a rejection where it is at the moment there. So I think I'd prefer to see a little bit of a continuation above and a retest, which is going to look something a little bit more like this, a little bit more like that, and then looking for continuation from that point onwards. Sort of a little bit more like that, I think. Prefer to see it from that point there. So that could be it. So some potential longs on Euro Dollar in a few hours, Aussie Dollar potentially sooner than that. I just want to see it really get past this point and start to carry on up. 7,200 is relatively close, and that is a significant level. So also some caution on that. Just some caution on that, potentially a much lower time frame trade. So Euro USD wait on 4-hour bullish candle. AUD USD 15 minutes, 5 minutes. After fresh high, concern of 0. What was that level? 72. Level. Okay. Doesn't mean it might break through that. There could be a break and a test after that as well. So that's those ones there. Let's see if we've got connection here. No connection yet. Okay. That's not supposed to be an issue, guys. Kiwi Dollar. Hi, Sven. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, thank you. Thanks for that feedback. Hi, Richard. I mean, I want you guys to be here regularly. I do, because I'll do it for you guys. But I also want to make sure there are actual results from this, that, you know, we're getting opportunities and profitable ones. There might be some losing trades in amongst them, but ideally we're going to be net profitable for the week. Kiwi Dollar. Okay, so what has Kiwi Dollar done that Aussie Dollar hasn't done? It has broken through a major level, 0.68. It has actually retested it. Look at this perfect. I didn't see this at all because this would have happened at 1 o'clock in the morning. But there's a retest and it's a continuation. So we've had a retest and a continuation on the 1 hour. So we've got some potential to the upside there, which means that, and obviously, you know, this is potentially going to be supported by that. So this, again, I'm going to be looking for continuations to the upside here. I'm going to be looking for price to potentially come back into the moving averages or come back to test this. Continuations there. This is interesting. I want to see something here. So if I've not tried this before with WordPad. I'm not saying it'll work. But I want to see if I can copy this and paste it into WordPad. Can you do that? Will that work? Was WordPad only text? Hey, check it out. So there we go. So Kiwi US dollar 15 minute continuation trends, continuation trades. Okay, continuation trades. Buy trades, bullish trades, bullish. So they're all bullish. Let's go back to the other chart so I can screen grab those. Aussie dollar. It's going to be a similar thing. So I'm creating a bit of a record here, what I'm looking for. Kiwi dollar, Euro dollar. And I'm going to try to keep it to half an hour. Trying to go through it a bit faster. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Will either be a continuation from one of these levels, and if Kiwi and Aussie dollar are heading up, they might have that. So they might be ready to go. But alternatively, from where it is here. So I'm more. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. I'm just going to screen grab the whole thing. I gotta wake up, man. Wake up. So I think the 4-hour candle might be worthwhile watching, unless that 15-minute goes back into an uptrend. So, okay, so I'm gonna do this. Unless 15-minute resumes uptrend. So if the 15-minute goes back into an uptrend, I would say that that's sufficient evidence to start, that should then result in a bullish candle in the 1 hour, and it's going to continue going to the upside. So that would be something worthwhile watching. Okay, this one. And then we can refer back to this tomorrow. Dollar yen. Okay, so dollar yen is obviously tricky for its own reasons. Just looks a bit messy at the moment. Some continuation to the downside, so there might actually be, there might be some good trades here. Back to this area, looking for some possible shorts. Why? Well, it's already tested this quite a bit. This was a trade setup. This is a slightly more advanced one. That was multiple rejections here, and that was a continuation. But I would say here and a continuation south. So, because this one, oh, now it's corrected. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing this on this one, and I'm going to prep on my live trading account. I'm going to have a look at some of these things. So, I'm going to have a look at this one. I'm going to keep an eye on dollar yen. Don't know why this machine is, probably just because we've got dollar yen. Dollar yen, 15 minutes. I'm just going to mark this because I think there might be some shorting opportunities there. Okay. Give me a second. Just going to prep a trade on that one. We'll see. Okay. Dollar Swissy. Oh, dollar yen. Sorry. Dollar yen. I need to screen grab that. We'll see how this goes. Dollar yen is can be very unpredictable. And I think it should always be excluded from the general dollar strength, dollar weakness thing. Because sometimes you get dollar strength and dollar yen drops. So I think you just take it on its own merit. US JPY, 15 minute possible test of resistance in downtrend. Excuse me. There we go. I quite like this. I think this is pretty cool. So now I'm not just commenting on it. I kind of know what the plan is as well. Cool. Hi, Dan. Okay, let's go back. Dollar Swissy. Okay, dollar Swissy would be, to my mind, look, there could be some resistance where it is here on the pivot. It could end up going lower, or it's potentially going to head up a little bit higher. So in principle, I'm bearish on it. The question is, where would I look to go short on it at this time? They all hinge really on that euro dollar turning around. They're all on that same thing. If euro doesn't turn around, the dollar, for whatever reason, decides to come back strong again, all the stuff goes kind of out the window. So let me just repeat that. The presumption here is based on the fact that euro dollar is trying to break into an uptrend. But if it turns out that it's going to be stuck between this range here for a while, we could just see this coming all the way back down. And so today we could just get dollar strength, which means dollar Swissy, dollar CAD could end up breaking to the upside. So just keep that in mind. But for the most part, these are potential signs here of bearishness. So actually there is a possibility here. I'm going to do this on the 1 hour or even the 15 minute. This is what I would like to see. I think this is what I would prefer to see on dollar Swissy. Break below here, retest there, continuation down. Because this is setting up for a potential short. This failure would result in a bearish continuation candle. But it depends. This has to close as either a bearish candle or another wick, another failure. So that would likely happen potentially. So I would this is kind of what I'm thinking, something along those lines, is to see that go. Okay, let's do this, see how this goes. So that's my only concern for the record is dollar. I would like to see euro dollar actually kick off, which means dollar weakness, but it's not guaranteed. This is USD CHF, 15 minutes or 1 hour break, retest, break and a retest. And again, those can be in the moving averages. I need to be going through these faster. Dollar CAD. Okay, dollar CAD here could potentially also trend lower. Again, I think I would prefer to see a candle that significantly like breaks lower, a bit like this, a bit of a continuation. So you had a bit of a level here and then a bit of a break like that. But this is, yeah, there's definitely something going on there. Just put that in. Something going on there. We'll see. It's attempting to get back over. I think what you need to see in a situation like this is either a bullish sentiment candle breakout to the upside or a bearish sentiment candle, something that significantly changes the tone. I'm going to leave that for now, come back and check it later. Okay, Euro GBP. So interesting here, there could be some shorting opportunities back up at these highs on the daily. Some moves back down to here, so that means there could be, this could end up being a 2 or 3 hour, like next 2, 3, 4 hours of this moving down here. So there could be some potential moves to the downside there. Okay, that means moves lower down towards 85.50, which puts you about here. Okay, so that's a possibility, not the best one I've seen. Euro yen already on the move. So already on the move, some moves down, back to here. So let me recap for those of you, Sven, you haven't joined me. So if we are day trading for the next few hours, we are really only concerned with the 4-hour candle. What is the 4-hour candle going to do? And so we're not really, even though we are technically counter trend trading, we're doing it within a very small window of time, which is just the next few hours. And therefore, it's acceptable if we know there's going to be a big move down to these lows here. That's the logic, that's the rationale behind it. And so it would be acceptable for you to do it because we know that it's going to come down to a major level, and it's really going to take several hours to do it, and we're going to trade the 15-minute or 5-minute time frame, and that should be acceptable. So what this does is this frees you up for day trading. It frees you up to not necessarily, you want to know what the daily is doing in general, but not to get too distressed about the fact that you might be counter trend trading. What you really want to focus on is what is the really, like the biggest likelihood in the 4-hour time frame. What is that most likely to do? And then you're looking for a trade on that 15-minute time frame. And so I missed that, but I would say there could be some pullbacks into this and a continuation down, okay, within that. Euro Swissy, also a bit of a mess. I'm going to say leave this for now. It also looks like it's struggling to break higher, but concerned about that one. Euro CAD, a little bit of it, like it's a little bit all over the place. Could be coming down here to carry on up. Again, not liking the look of that so much. So Euro Yen was the best one so far. Look at this consolidation. Excuse me. Look at this consolidation here. That battle taking place. But what you haven't got, which might be this happening right now, is that break. So check this out. Excuse me. Yo, check this out. So you have this failure to get up. You need, though, however, to have a committed break one way or the other. So now you have that committed break, which then results potentially in price coming back up to test this level. So this could be an interesting one. Euro Aussie, which I was more bullish on earlier in the week. Just saying there could be some attempts to come back up here and a continuation down on that. But for more confidence in the trade, you actually wait for this to finish, which is in 9-10 minutes, and you want it to close ideally as a solid, close near the lows. Then I would feel more confident about potentially shorting this down towards 57.30, which is down here. It's not a lot of room to go for, it's down to about there. So there could be some possible trades on that. So I'm going to have a look. I'll just do it like this. 57 down to about here. Does that make sense? If it's if the ideas are making sense, then just kind of let me know. But that's the idea. You're looking for the breakout candle, the momentum candle, means that it's made up its mind about which way it intends to go for the immediate future. Is it possible that you could have a breakout and then another break back in? Yes, but it doesn't happen very often. 1 in 10 or 1 in 2 in 10 times. Most of the time that is going to be its direction for now. I keep forgetting where this is. So I'm just going to grab this. Might also be on the 1 hour time frame. Euro yen is a similar thing, by the way. Let's just say euro yen is going to be a similar approach. Breakout, retest. Okay. That type of thing. There's no way for me to post this document. You know what I can do? I'm going to create a Dropbox folder. How about this? Bear with me. So these are all new ideas. So we'll take a Dropbox folder. I'm just going to do this for you. So I'm going to create, unless I can put it in the chat. Can you say, share files in YouTube live stream? Using Google Drive. Okay. It's fine. I can do it on Dropbox. Just going to do this quickly, so bear with me. So you can get this document. If you're on a Mac, I apologize. If you're on a Mac, let's find a way to do it so that we can share files to Macs and Windows. It doesn't make a difference. So I'm going to create a folder. YouTube live stream docs. And we'll do it as 2021. We'll do a new one in 2022. And then I'll save it in there. Okay, so I'm gonna, it'll update, but I'm just gonna do this one and we'll just save that into Dropbox. Just bear with me, I'm doing this in real time. It'll be worth it. Where's my Dropbox thing? There. That's it. Okay, boom. So now what should happen is when I go to save this, it should be on my drive. And I can go into my drive on my desktop, trading and coaching, YouTube live stream. Here we go. And I'll just call it market scan, and today's date, which will be 9 December 21. What format would work best? Rich text or document? How about a document? Let's try Open Excel. Let's try that. So I'm going to give you the link now. You can literally see what it looks like. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to share the link. Cool. So let's see if this works. How do I do this? Can I do this? Try it. Adam's family. Cool. There we go. Okay, try that. Let me know if you can find it. And then when it's done, you've got access to the document. So and then we kind of do it as you go. But again, I want to try to keep this to half an hour. It's going to run a little bit over today. I apologize. But this will hopefully make it kind of worth it. Okay. Oh, let's have a look at something. I want to show you something here. Live stuff. So let's go back to dollar yen. So if you look here, this failure is signaling it's almost potentially ready to go. So I'm going to show you this on the 5 minutes, go on to that 5 minutes. So this is potentially going to break lower from here. It's range bound. You can see it's range bound, but it is struggling quite a bit at the lows. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I would prefer to come back up here and test it, but here are the things it can do. It can break and retest. In fact, it's possible it can even break, come up here, test that, and carry on down. Or it can break, retest here and go. It can break, consolidate, and carry on down. Those are like, there's multiple ways in which the market can respond. So we don't have to get a fixed way that this is, but that's looking relatively, I just think that's interesting. It's looking quite bearish. So let's see what happens with that. Because I'd set up a limit order here now to get tapped in, but I don't think it's going to touch it. I think it's going to go. It's fine. It's okay. There'll be other stuff. Okay. Here we've got Euro Aussie coming back up into this area to test it. But I wanted this one in 2 minutes. I would prefer for this to close to the downside rather than back up within this range. So I think I'm going to wait and see how this closes rather than, I mean, it's potentially going to touch that and go down. But shall we see what's going on in the 5 minutes? Let's just see what's going on here. Let's see what happens on the 5 minute here. So I'm looking to see if there's any failure here. Don't worry about the fact this is an uptrend. The principal idea still holds. The question is, does that? I think we're likely to see a continuation. So let's go and have a look. Let's go find Euro Aussie. Let's go down to the 5 minute. We'll see, because this is I'm doing this live, which means I'm not necessarily doing my analysis as sharp as it should be. So this is what I'm going to be looking for, is I want to see if we don't have 5 minutes left. We've got 1 minute left here, which means this would have to reject and close all the way down. Let's go to 1 minute. Let's see what happens out of the 1 minute here. We've got 1 minute and 25 seconds left. So what's going to happen? I think it's just best to watch and see how this unfolds. Usually in situations like this with a breakout like that, we would continue on that. We would continue down to 157.20, which is not a lot further. So let's see how this goes. Look at the 1 minute. So this is what I'm looking to see will happen. We'll get a rejection, and within the next 56 seconds, we'll close outside of this range if this is intending to continue. So let's see how this goes. There's our rejection. Is there a proper rejection? Does it continue down? So let's see. So far it's responding according to our plan, but it doesn't. We've got 30 seconds. I want to see this close below these lows here. I want to see it kind of saying, look, I am actually intending to head lower. And we'll see. Got 20 seconds. If it closes back in the range, all you've got ultimately is another rejection, another failed breakout. 10 seconds. The pressure. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh well. Let's see if it releases now. Interesting. Okay. So there's a bit of price action monitoring that. It closed lower, but not a very, not in my mind really committed much to that. So that's not enough of a follow through on the breakouts to look good on that. Let's come back to that and see where that is in a few minutes. We could sit here and watch it forever. Okay. Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi is also potentially considering hitting a bit lower here. It's battling with this level of support, but it is considering that. So that's going to be interesting. So there might be some possible, again, a break below, retest, and a continuation down. And if it does break through here, it's going to continue quite a bit down. So this could be worthwhile watching. Let's see how that goes. So that would be break, retest, continue down. So I'm just basically saying yes, there might still be some room on these. We'll have to see how that goes. Okay. The thing is, it's to me becomes a little bit safer if the 15 minutes starts to behave in line with that. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that was Euro Kiwi. 15 minutes break and retest. Potentially. You should check out Euro Aussie now. There we go. Bit of a solid rejection. Interesting. So this could be a potentially good trade on the 1 hour. That could be a 1 hour bearish candle and a break to the downside. So here you've got bullish divergence. So that not the best breakout example, but it could ultimately end up consolidating and carrying on. So I would prefer to see a bearish candle, rejection candle form here on the 1 hour and then consider going short. There's not enough. I have mixed feelings about this. I have the bullish divergence. I would prefer to have seen a bearish breakout potentially, but it could go long here for a bit and carry on down. So I have concerns about this trade setup, but interesting to watch as an exercise. Cool. Okay, pound yen. Look at it breaking lower, man. I missed that. That was a nice little breakout to the downside. When we get to the indices, we're going to look for breakouts, up or down. I missed that. Okay, there's a breakout. Missed, gone. So, yen, pound yen going lower, euro yen going lower. Did this just happen now? No. No. So, we could see moves lower on the yen crosses. Pounds Ftse. No, sorry, no clarity on this. We're too close to the new low, so it's a pass for now. Pound CAD. Messy. Very messy. But it's slowing down. This could turn bullish, so I'm going to leave that for now. Excuse me. Pound Aussie. Slowing down. Check this bullish divergence. Look at it putting on the brakes. And although you get a low, you've got clear bullish, bullish divergence. This is what happens when you talk and drink coffee at the same time. It's had a big move down to these levels of support here. For me, I'm much more likely to look at this shifting into an uptrend on the 1 hour. Okay, so I'm going to mark that. That is pound Aussie. GBP Aussie may move to uptrend on 1 hour. Bullish divergence, there's a whole lot of reasons why that could end up becoming. And then if it goes bullish on the 1 hour, then I don't see why 15 minutes couldn't potentially become. But it's overextended. It's putting on the brakes on the 4 hour. I think and again, these trade ideas, guys, is just valid for the next few hours. It really is. Okay. Pound Kiwi. Big move down, level of support. Doesn't look as strong. This looks like it wants to carry on down. Pound Aussie could consolidate and then just go down. So I'd keep an eye on that on the 1 hour. But yeah, Aussie Kiwi could end up breaking lower and trending, but really not the best looking chart. Complete failure up here. You know, this is where you need a bearish momentum candle on the 4 hour. You've got this massive rejection up here. You need a bearish breakout candle. And I think 4 hour, and that would be opportunity to start trading to the downside on the 15 minutes. So the 4 hour is your red light, green light, and then you look for an entry on the lower time frame. Aussie CAD looking more bullish than bearish. Actually, it's interesting, and there's some bearish divergence. Excuse me. Okay, no. Aussie Swissy. Bit of some stalling here, so there could be, again, I would need a 4 hour bearish sentiment candle here. So it's stalling here. I want a bearish sentiment candle before I would then, and probably a break below that before I would then look for shorts on the 50 minutes. So that would happen. You need that to happen. So until you get that, nothing. See here, you're starting to see kind of a bit of a break lower. Look at the double top, bearish divergence. Well, it's a lower high, so it doesn't matter. But strong rejection, bearish momentum candle. Yeah, interesting. So some of those Aussie pairs looking short. Kiwi CAD, Kiwi Swissy. Kiwi Swissy could be doing a similar thing. So Kiwi Swissy stalling here. I'd have to see a bearish breakout to that side or a bullish breakout to the upside. If you see a bullish one and I said bearish, it's still the same kind of principal idea. Kiwi yen breaking a bit lower. Look at that. Interesting. So there might, again, on some of the yen crosses for the next few hours, there might be some shorting opportunities. CAD yen breaking lower. Okay, a lot of these, look at that swing high, a lot of the CAD yen pairs. Okay, so CAD yen pairs potentially. Or just JPY pairs, potential sells. Yeah, look at that. Could be some there. And in fact, that's Euro Yen we looked at is on its way. What was the other one we looked at? Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie C is still pushing up to the upside. Euro Kiwi still pushing up. It's still fighting this level. Okay, we are done with these pairs. CAD Yen, Swiss Yen. Let's have a look at gold. Gold is consolidating largely here. This needs a breakout candle. We spoke about it being more bearish than bullish, but here, I'm going to remove this. I need to see this break out of this consolidation on the 4 hour. Need either bullish or bearish candle. I think it's leaning to the upside. There's no exact trend, but silver and copper are generally like they were looking more bullish than anything. Anyway, so what was it? Copper trending up, platinum pushing up a little bit, palladium, no. So I think stay away from those. Just stay away from them. Really choppy, very messy. Stay away. Silver, I just think it's too choppy. Bad. Okay, Brent. Brent is struggling a bit here on the daily. So Brent could actually break lower. Could potentially do that. I would prefer to see a strong bearish candle on the 4 hour here before even considering going short. But it is struggling with this level. So again, strong bullish candle, strong bearish candle before I would commit to either of those. Okay, it's not looking super strong at this point in time. It's coming back up into resistance and could end up, this could be tomorrow. So there could be some shorts on oil tomorrow. So I'm going to mark it to go, look, I want to see a bearish breakout candle here and just capture that. Okay, almost done. Let's see, because I got a call at 8:30, so I can't go for too long. Look at these ones. Okay, so we might actually end up heading lower, right? I agree. Stephen, one of my other guys, he's having a look at some of the stuff, and I actually think, yes, there could be some moves. Again, the danger with these is always that they move, drop and bounce, drop and bounce. So it's always with extreme caution, never just always with the understanding the market could drop, hit 35,400 and bounce back up. But I'd keep an eye on this, probably on that 1 hour, for example. On the 1 hour or 4 hour, I'd look for a bit of a commitment to break below these levels, not looking super strong. And if it just does, I've seen these markets look really weak and then just finish up and go. Probably the safest bet is to watch it until about 2-3 o'clock and then see what it does. Because if it doesn't do anything about 2-3 o'clock when the US comes online, it'll probably start taking off, whichever way it's probably going to go for the rest of the day. So we'll see. It looks weak, but that doesn't mean it isn't just going to resume that uptrend. This could be a consolidation breakout. Okay, so let's get rid of this because now we don't have that. It's that inherent bearishness has been broken. That's broken. So that it doesn't mean it can't sort of double top here and then carry on down. But I think it's also best to view this as a potential consolidation breakout. And these are very powerful ways of trading these markets. So keep in mind you could have a breakout to the upside here. It could easily continue. And in hindsight it'll make sense. It could be a breakout to the downside or to the upside. But you need, in this case, it's crucial I think to get a solid bearish candle closing right outside that range, taking you right outside, rather than a failed attempt like this. And yeah, you could get a breakout, could be very profitable on those ones. And in those cases, as you get the breakout, if that's happening, your stop loss can usually just go behind. So let's just say that it ends up breaking out about 1, 2 o'clock today, and this is the last low we had. Stop loss below that should be fine. Doesn't have to be on the other side of the range necessarily. So it could be a potential breakout on that. I'm going to mark that as, and I can, yeah, the divergence isn't necessarily a key here. So we would need either one to the upside or to the downside. And to the upside, statistically more likely. Okay. Yeah. Dow, S&P, it's going to be the same thing. Look at this level it's right at. Could be a breakout, could be. I would just caution on those ones, okay? Nasdaq Consolidation could be a potential breakout to the upside. Keep in mind, so in other words, it's dangerous, I think, to have a bearish mentality on these markets. I think it pays to always be optimistic because they most of the time break out to the upside. So I would keep in mind it could happen. It could happen. In fact, I would say 60-40, it's going to break out to the upside than the downside. But we are at major levels, so let's see what happens to that. So same thing again. Just going to grab this and chuck it in. Same thing. Just same one. Okay, oops. Can you just, there we go. Dow. You're making it hard, man. So the goal is to trade the 15 minutes, but we look at the 4 hour and 1 hour for additional clues, okay? And if we're not getting a lot of clarity on the 15 minutes, then you just wait for that 1 hour. So what I mean by that is if we go back for example to this one, this is pushed back up into that range at this time. That's not an ideal rejection of that. It's almost a bit of a failed breakout, so fine. Just kind of drop that back down to there and have it kind of prove to me it wants to do that. And so I'd feel more confident if I see a bearish breakout candle now on that 1 hour. I'd prefer to see that. That's an example. Okay, we've got Ftse. And again, the cash markets might be different. The charts might look slightly different. So cash markets might be quite different on that. And so it might be worthwhile looking at. And also the DAX as well, looking at a few of those markets. See, this looks like that's getting ready for a bearish breakout. That's a bearish breakout happening right now off this level. So there we go. That is bearish momentum and bearish breakout pattern and potentially a bit of a bearish candle there. So that looks heavy rejection. That looks like that wants to head a little bit lower. So bear with me. How's this going? Have I got it? Down to that 15 minutes. It's trying not to break out to that level. Interesting. So that looks like that wants to head lower. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that. And again, it could head out and then do a move and then recover. So a bearish breakout pattern is not, that's why we take profit at 1-to-1. That's why we take profit at 1-to-1. That's why we target 3-to-1 or we trail our stop loss, because we know the market could go 2-to-1 and then recover and then, you know, could get back from that. So, but this does look like it is intent on a bearish breakout. Okay, let's see how that goes. Almost done, guys. A couple more minutes and we're done. DAX 40 bearish breakout. Just watching that one off that level. I'm watching it on my account. It's still in that range. Hasn't broken out yet. So interesting to see the difference. Okay, and then anything else? That's it. Okay, nothing else. Okay, that's it from my side. Anything else you want me to have a look at? Otherwise, I'm going to save that. That is now available for you to grab. That's it. Is there anything else that I need to have a look at? I think that's everything. I'm looking at the chat group. Cool. Okay, that's it. All right, guys. Let's see how the rest of the day unfolds. I'm liking some of those yen crosses. Again, the yen crosses offering trades to the upside or to the downside. We'll see how they go. So I was bullish on those earlier in the week. Now they're looking way more bearish for the next for a little bit at least. We'll see how that goes. Cool. I'm going to wrap that up, so you should be able to get that. And then let's see how the day plays out. I'm not sure I'll do one tomorrow. Let's see. Give me some feedback on that. Let me know if you want me to do one on Friday morning. But then it's a wrap up. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna end the stream. Have a good day and have a good weekend. Oh, I'll speak to you tomorrow, I'm sure. All right, guys. Thanks. Cheers.